What's up, guys? Welcome back to The Life You Have with Tez. That's me. And today we are gonna discuss 5 tips to improve your confidence for men. I'm assuming that this could work for women too, but I'm speaking directly to the men today. Let's get into it. Number 1, go to the gym. Any man, any caveman, any Neanderthal, any other thing that was before, any current man right now can just watch some dude on YouTube lifting a bar and do some workout vids. No, go to the gym. The gym is like church for a Christian, or a mosque to a Muslim, or a synagogue to a Jewish person, or a library to an atheist. I think I got them all. We're EO friendly here, but you need to go to a gym. You need to look at what other regular people just like you are doing to prolong their life. Find someone who's a regular there and let them show you the way of the iron. Get a routine. Believe it or not, going to the gym builds confidence because not everyone looks like The Rock in there. You might think that when you watch TV, because TV builds unrealistic expectations, everybody in the gym is always super buff, but you got guys who look like me in the gym all the time, getting it in as well. And I'm only a hair's breadth away from Peter Parker before he got bit by a radioactive spider. And there's people in there who are obese who are getting it in. What is your excuse? If raising your confidence is really that important to you, you'll find a way. Because let's face it, you're not gonna do those video workouts that you see on YouTube. Why? Because they're not teaching you the right form, or they do teach you the right form, but you can't adhere to it because it's just a little square on a computer. It means nothing to you. You're not gonna devote that time. If you were, you'd be doing it before the pandemic. Right. Number 2, talk to people. Okay, so talking to people is a great way to build your confidence levels. Okay, it's a skill that often gets overlooked, but it actually is a very special skill. Not everybody can talk well. It's why on games, if you have the ability to persuade people, you can get things done without having to pull out a sword or, shoot anybody. You can just persuade people to give them the key so you can open this door so you can get into this place. Brian, as I've talked about on this channel before, he has very bad time management skills. Anyway, his interpersonal skills are legendary. This guy can start a conversation with anybody, anytime, about anything, and it's shocking to see it because he actually doesn't even like talking to people, but he just does it. He just slides into it. And look, I know you don't like people because they made fun of you in high school, they push you in lockers, they picked up your book of anime drawings or your manga, they threw them, pantsed you in gym class. Look, I've been there, trust me. I didn't like people either. To some extent, I still don't like people, but guess what? People are on this earth. They are a constant, like death and taxes, but you don't have to be afraid of them. As long as you learn how to talk to people, if you can speak the man's language, then the man will understand the other man. I got bullied when I was in school. People made fun of my nose, my bottom lip being bigger than my top lip, my eyebrows being thick, but I couldn't do anything about it. I was raised in a pacifist Christian household where they were like, oh, you just got to say, let God fight your battles. But look, even Peter carried a sword. In fact, all the disciples spent their money on weapons because they were afraid, even though they're walking around
with the God of the universe
in human form. So sometimes you are going to get bullied. People are going to mess with you and all that stuff, but you have to get over it. God will fight for you, but he still wants you to meet him halfway. You got to stand up for yourself. But I digress. Look, just swallow your pride and go talk to people. Not everybody is responsible for bullying you in high school, and just take solace in the fact that people who bullied you in high school probably have receding hairlines. They have a horrible car. Here's how you do it. Just go to the store. Just go to Walmart and go and ask a random stock person, hey, where's the bread? Even though you know good and well that the bread is on the other side of the store, they're either going to point to it or they're going to walk you over there personally to show you where the bread is. Hey, you can do it at Aldi, because at Aldi, they have to stop and have a conversation with you about what you're about to buy. They have to be knowledgeable about the product. So they literally have to stop what they're doing to show you this thing and then tell you all the good facts about the Aldi products that you can get at Aldi. That actually might be better than Walmart, believe it or not. Just go to Aldi's, ask somebody about where's the bread and why you should eat it, and you will have a conversation with somebody who is non-biased against you, but biased for the Aldi products. They literally could care less if you buy something else or not, but they're going to have a conversation with you about it. And then once you get more confident, then you can go into Walmart and you
talk to the cashier.
Believe it or not, when people are mad and you ask them about their day, they love to tell you about their day because everybody's favorite subject is them. You build your confidence, you start talking to people just like that, gradually you'll start introducing stuff besides how's your day going. Next thing you can start, making small sarcastic jokes with people where they're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I paid so much for this car. Then you can say something like, man, they really bent you over on that one, huh? And they're like, yeah, man, guy talk. Number 3, stop watching ATVs. And these are not the 4-wheel variety. What I'm saying is ATVs is adult training videos. And I was thinking they're to learn about how to work at McDonald's or something. That's what I thought it was till I got older and I put 2 and 2 together. Listen, these things are warping your mind. Women aren't just lonely, hot and bothered in sheer dresses waiting for Boy Scouts or pizza men or plumbers or any of that other stuff to just walk up to their house. And if they are, it's a trap. You're going to get Me Too'd. You're going to get sharped if you're in the military. You're going to get something. You might be spending some time in jail if you stumble upon this thing. There's all sorts of DoorDash drivers that have this experience where women just show up in like lingerie to the door.
You don't know if they're waiting for you.
You don't know if it's a joke. You don't know if they are going to film you and see what you're doing, but you better keep your eyes on their eyes when you give them their food, and you just go on, get back in your car, you drive far away, you take that next order and you get out of there. I'm trying to save your life here. This is the life you have with Tez, not the life you have in prison. That's an aside. And like I said, it's not like those portrayals are actually accurate of women who live in this day and age. Okay, this is like one of those deceptions of men. See, you see women who look like this on those adult training videos. They have, well, they're pretty curvy and they're buxom and they're heavily made up and they're always looking for you random guy. And it's warped men's perception of what women actually want. And then it trickles down because now the women on Instagram and Facebook feel like they should look like that too to attract guys. And so they start doing all this stuff and getting all the implants and the surgery because they want the attention that these women are getting. But that's the wrong attention. You should never want that attention. And because of that, you think that that woman is high value because she looks like that, and that's what you like because that's what you've been programmed and building that up in your own imagination. When you arrive at your destination to these videos, you're doing a couple of things to yourself. Touching, obviously not included. 1, you are training your brain to respond to that stimuli and that stimuli only. This is why a lot of men have erectile dysfunctions when they actually get with regular, real women, get together to do a
Relationship building exercise.
They can't seem to get it up to them, or if they do, they can't seem to get it down because they're not used to a real person. So that stimulus it's not helping them out. It's like a drug addiction. Your body fires dopamine and you feel good when you do it, but it's warping reality and the perception of norms that you actually are supposed to have. It's normal for a woman to live alone and order pizza. If she comes to the door in a miniskirt, that does not mean that she is offering to you a proposition to do anything with her. You don't want to be sought after because you wore short shorts to the pool and then you got the nickname Mastodon and people started grabbing you when you didn't want it, right? Same with that. Just because people wear clothes and they're short or whatever does not imply consent. You are not likely to net a woman who looks cartoonish. That means you're probably not going to get Jessica Rabbit. Even though all these women are trying to look that way, you're likely not to get them. They exist in your imagination or the imagination of some other guy. Little Kim existed in the imagination of Biggie. It's crazy. You are likely to get with the average girl next door. Do you feel like this is settling? Because it's not. Looks can fade. They can. But if she can do things that you can't and that pluses up your life, like if you can't cook but she can, if you're not a good talker but she is, if you're good with money but she's not, you guys complement each other. And I was at church one time and I heard the speaker, he said, the perfect person or your perfect interest or your soulmate or whatever, they don't exist. You have to make them that way. And believe it or not, people are trained. Like, you might not be a great cook, but she can make you into a great cook if she cooks, because she's gonna get tired of cooking for you. So she's gonna teach you how to do that. In her eyes, now she's made you a better man because you've learned how to cook. And in your eyes, you're making her better in some way, shape, or form. Maybe she doesn't talk very good, and like her communicating with you and teaching you how to cook and stuff levels up her interpersonal skills. You're both benefiting from this. You're making each other better people, which is why divorce and breakups of relationships always suck, because there's so much time and personality put into sharing your life with somebody else. Number 4, stop complaining. When you complain, all you do is remind yourself of how much your life sucks, and it doesn't solve anything to be woe is me. That's the biggest thing that kills confidence. Not the way you look, not the way you talk, talk. Not any of that stuff. My sister dates some pretty
Class A bums.
They are horrendous. She likes them because they have swagger. They can talk. They might be ugly, but she likes them because they have confidence. So let's face it. Not only are you your own biggest critic, everybody is, but you're also your own worst enemy. Everybody is. You're not the only human that's ever walked this earth that has the same problems. Everybody feels self-conscious when they walk into a room. Everybody farts. Everybody burps. It happens. Get over it. You might be a great guy, but you can't see it because you complain about the forest because
the trees are blocking your way.
No one likes a complainer, and you know that. That's why you complain about not having friends. It's like a deadly cycle, all started by yourself. How do you stop, you ask? Okay, well, it involves a word that we all know and love on this channel. It's called gratefulness. When you are grateful, you work to turn that frown not upside down. You just turn it into something that is not as bad as a frown. It doesn't even take it away, but it does let you look at it from a different perspective. So instead of saying, I'll never be as good looking as my older brother Chad, but stop comparing yourself to your older brother anyway. Then you gotta change the narrative. Chad is extraordinarily good looking, but you are funnier, you run faster, you jump higher, and your meteor smash is nearly a one-hit KO. Super Mario Bros. 3, stats aside, you need to analyze the positives, don't fixate on the negatives. Talked about this before. We talked about this before. Number 5, forsake females, acquire currency. This just means, well, I mean, exactly, don't care about the girls and go get money. You are not a high value male, but you seek high value females. You are trying to get the same girls that, I don't know, Mick Jagger or Johnny Depp. Well, he had his time. Okay, let's just say Jason Momoa. You can't get the same girls that Jason Momoa can get. You don't have Jason Momoa looks. You don't have Jason Momoa money. You don't have Jason Momoa acting skills. But here's the thing. If you chase girls, you have to have the stamina
Of an antelope.
Okay. However, you don't need to do that. You got to make yourself better, and then you cast your line out with the right bait. It's not a euphemism, so don't at me. In order to get girls, you need to disregard them. You need to first seek to level yourself up. Make the playing field so ridiculously unfair to them by raising your own thing. Hit the gym. Raise your personal finance game. Get a great job. Drive a car that's reasonable to maintain, but you save money so you can invest that in yourself and your studies. Read more books on how to better yourself and be more confident, masculine. Learn to make money so that you can be an asset to any
Girl that you deign to entreat.
because if you're not an asset, you're a liability. If you're not a driver, you're cargo. This way, you'll appreciate more out of life instead of hating your older brother. Because you know how life works? Chad gets by on his great looks and probably his great hair. But what he doesn't have is he can't cook and he doesn't clean. You, on the other hand, you've been hardened by the internet. You were born in it. You know memes. You know how to joke about life. You have a good sense of humor. You just whining. But if you order your priorities, you will focus on self-improvement and sustainability for yourself. Any woman with some salt will want herself some you. Anyway, that's the video, guys. Let me know what you thought about that. Make sure you tap that like button to Life You Have with Tez. Subscribe. That's me. Peace out.